Welcome to Daily Buzz. The shocking things DJ Warras discovered at Zambezi house. Assassinated within hours? The shocking things DJ Warras discovered at Zambezi house that led to him being killed within 2 hours. Suspected hit mastermind speaks out as suspects taken in after police raid. Nicole Nelson, a close friend and business associate of Warras, known widely as DJ Warras, has shared insights into a startling find that she believes contributed to his tragic end. She points to hidden activities uncovered during his work at Zambezi house in Johannesburg, suggesting these revelations may have sealed his fate. At the same time, Sophia Cumulo, identified as a prime suspect who may have masterminded the hit and is also a member of the building's residence committee, has come forward to defend herself against accusations of involvement in his death. She firmly denies any role in the incident that took place just 3 days ago on Tuesday afternoon, the 16th of December, 2025, outside the very building where tensions had been building for months. Nicole Nelson explains that DJ Warras was deeply involved in a project to secure and restore Zambezi House, an 8-story structure in Johannesburg's central business district that had fallen into the hands of unauthorized occupants. As the head of Imperium Ops, his security firm, DJ Warras, had been contracted.
He ruffled the feathers of people in the underworld who coexist with state structures. Warwick and I were very close friends. We were also business associates in both the security industry and also other entrepreneurial ventures that we were embarking on. Warwick is the sharpest person I know, and it's not like him. He always would tell me when he was going. He never said anything. He was always accompanied by one of our colleagues. It doesn't make sense. At first, Warwick initially began as, I wouldn't necessarily call it an apprentice, but he started very young in the security industry under the guidance of the likes of Olympus and what is now JTVIP, also Bad Boys and Straker, Mr. Arnie Williams. And he eventually found his own footing and wanted to pave his own way, continued to collaborate and work alongside other security structures. With Imperium in particular, he focused primarily on the protection, specialized protection of, call it high-profile celebrities, a niche market that he wanted to really create a blueprint in. But also furthermore, as you know, the state of our CBD was of great concern to Warwick, to us all. And we engaged in numerous conversations around what can we do. And knowing Warwick, anybody who knows Warwick, is not only is he opinionated, he is solution focused. So he identified, he in fact was approached to establish a way in which a hijacked building owned by a private company, a family-owned building that was currently being managed via the attorneys and an estate. And it was obviously hijacked and it was in disarray. And alongside Warwick and with Warwick's leadership, myself and other, including Mr. Arnie Williams, we all supported Warwick on this journey to creating the blueprint at this building. Essentially what the plan is and going to continue and remains was to audit the building, to establish how many people were occupying the building. That also assisted us, in establishing any health and safety regulatory violations, the state of the building, because we wanted and he had no intention to displace any of the tenants. In fact, we wanted to, and we are still on that mission of, in fact, refurbishing it to make it more conducive for the occupants of that premises. He was contracted to obviously now regulate the building. And by regulating the building, that means now putting security structures in place so that we can monitor the traffic, who's coming in, who's going out, and keep people safe. Further to that, then, there were additional contracts in which he worked, and he outsourced, but he worked directly with plumbers, electricians. Needless to say, there were bursts, there was sabotage happening in the building. Repetitive bursts, and it wasn't just your burst of, a water pipe burst. It was blatantly evident that they were making it difficult for Warwick to be successful in his pursuit to create the blueprint on how to take back hijacked buildings.
To audit the property and implement measures to make it safe without forcing out the residents. Earlier audits revealed disturbing illegal activities inside the building, including operating brothels, the recent rape of a young girl, severe health and safety violations, and evidence pointing to small-scale drug manufacturing. Nelson believes these discoveries, linked to organized crime syndicates profiting from illegal rentals and hijacking, directly threatened powerful interests and led to multiple death threats against Warras. He had successfully obtained several protection orders against certain occupants. Despite the risks, he continued his work, installing CCTV and biometric systems during routine visits.
Rick then proceeded to obtain 6 forms for protection orders against particular individuals without necessarily naming, including but not limited to the caretaker, and a lady who was who ran the forum for that building. Allegedly, brothels. There was just weeks prior a rape of a little girl. I am of the view that there may have even been manufacturing, small scale, of paraphernalia, mandrax in particular. They were actually hidden. There were some people that were even unaccounted for during our audit, or we didn't find, because when we started to see, they had like these hidden tunnels within the building. The top of the building where the mechanism for the lift was, there were people living. There was a woman's bed there. I have footage of that, and obviously the wiring up on the top, on the roof, the illegal wiring. But also the landlord allegedly was pocketing rent, along with the leader of the forum. Allegedly, they were pocketing rent. They were making money in more ways than one.
Nicole Nelson describes how, during the auditing and securing process at Zambezi House, Warras and his team stumbled upon evidence of illegal operations hidden within the building. They found signs of brothels functioning in certain sections, along with reports of a young girl being sexually assaulted in recent weeks. There were also indications of small-scale drug-related activities, including items linked to the production of mandrax. Nelson highlighted severe health and safety violations, such as extensive illegal electrical wiring snaking across the roof, posing serious fire and electrocution risks. These discoveries threatened those profiting from the chaos and illegal rentals in the hijacked building, turning DJ Warras into a direct target. She believes the criminal elements behind the building hijacking saw his efforts to restore order and reclaim the property as a major threat to their operations. Despite receiving multiple death threats and obtaining several protection orders, Warras persisted in his mission to combat urban decay in Johannesburg's CBD. His determination ultimately cost him his life in this targeted assassination. Sophia Cumulo's denial comes amid these developments, but her position on the Residents' Committee places her at the center of the ongoing feud. She argues that if she had the resources to orchestrate such a plot, she would have long ago left the building for better living conditions. Yet, insiders close to the investigation allege that she and others benefited financially from the status quo, pocketing rental payments that were meant for the legal owner. This aligns with common tactics in hijack building schemes, where internal leaders or committee members control cash flows and fiercely resist any external intervention that could expose their illegal gains. From an analytical standpoint, based on numerous past investigations, these residents' committees often serve as fronts for larger criminal syndicates, coordinating intimidation to maintain control and deter reformers like DJ Warras. Warwickstock, known as DJ Warras, lived a life that extended far beyond security work. He was a dynamic figure in South African media and entertainment. Born in Durban, he became renowned for his roles in radio, television, and live DJ performances. His commitment to Johannesburg's revival was deeply personal. He envisioned a vibrant city where families could thrive in safety. In interviews, he emphasized that around 85 to 90% of tenants were honest, hard-working people simply seeking stability, while a small criminal element blocked all progress. He praised Action SA leader and former Mayor Herman Mashaba for previous efforts to reclaim the inner city, noting how political opposition and certain NGOs sometimes hindered such initiatives, possibly benefiting from the ongoing chaos. The city's response has been swift. Johannesburg Mayor Dada Marrero extended condolences, called for justice, and urged respect for the family's privacy while giving investigators space to work. Herman Mashaba vowed that the fight against building hijackings would intensify, viewing DJ Warras' death as a rallying call for law-abiding citizens. Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture Gate Mackenzie and his deputy also paid tribute, remembering DJ Warras as a respected force in the creative industries and celebrating his lasting contributions to South Africa's musical scene. This killing echoes other tragic losses in the country's entertainment world. In November 2022, AKA's friend John Safoga, known as DJ Somebody, was shot dead. In March 2022, Hector Bengu, or DJ Vintos, met a similar fate. Accused in those cases include figures linked to organized crime networks, allegedly tied to a stolen 200 million rand cocaine consignment from police custody in Port Shepstone in November 2021. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mlamlam Kwanatsi has testified about how drug cartels infiltrate law enforcement, politics, and private security, creating complex networks that can orchestrate hits on public figures. Applying lessons from those earlier cases, it is possible that DJ Warras' murder connects to similar underworld networks, where entertainment personalities with side ventures in security or activism become targets when they disrupt highly profitable illegal operations. The city's inner-city revitalization plan includes transferring numerous properties to developers to create jobs and affordable housing, though political delays and opposition have repeatedly stalled progress. In other areas, similar interventions have succeeded in reclaiming buildings by providing alternative accommodation for vulnerable residents, installing biometric access systems, and holding complicit officials accountable. Experts warn that ignoring widespread lawlessness leads to irreversible urban decay, a view echoed by organized crime investigator Chad Thomas, who has long linked hijacked buildings to broader criminal activities like human trafficking and drug dealing dating back to the 1990s. Analyzing the bigger picture, DJ Warras' death likely stemmed from his direct interference in a lucrative revenue stream controlled by these syndicates. While there are vulnerabilities in the entertainment industry, as seen in previous targeted killings of DJs potentially tied to stolen drug consignments. Intelligence patterns suggest professional hits are often outsourced to avoid direct links, with gunmen like the dreadlocked suspect acting as disposable executors. Reports of laughter or insider chatter in confiscated communications point to potential knowledge from within Zambezi House itself. Nicole Nelson's accounts of discovered brothels, reports of child assault, signs of drug production, and hidden tunnels depict a building riddled with hidden dangers that DJ Warras was determined to expose and resolve. These findings during audits almost certainly provoked those profiting from the illegal operations, escalating threats and sabotage that ended in his assassination. Sophia Cumulo's denials of financial motives must be scrutinized against allegations of residents' committee involvement in diverting rental payments. Ultimately, this tragedy highlights the extreme risks faced by those challenging entrenched organized crime in Johannesburg's inner city, where reformers like DJ Warras pay the highest price. His humane approach, creating safe, accountable spaces without mass displacement, offers a viable model that, if supported and continued, could genuinely transform the urban landscape. As we reflect on these events, what do you think was the real motive behind DJ Warras's death? Was it purely about protecting profits from this one hijacked building? Or could deeper ties to wider organized crime networks and echoes of past targeted killings in the entertainment scene have played a larger role? Thanks for watching.